Hey, what's up, YouTube? I figured I'd go ahead and talk about this topic. I thought it was a pretty interesting topic. Before I left town, I was hanging out with a friend of mine. I'm sorry, I have a lot of allergies, so that's probably why I sound funny. We're sitting there and we're just hanging out. And, we just were chit-chatting about stuff. And, he looked at me and he asked me a serious question. He says, "What makes you happy?" And I sat there and, one of my goals in life is just to be happy. And I sat there and thought about it, and I'm like, that's a really good question. You never really think about it. And then I thought to myself, what really deep down makes me happy? And I sat there and I thought about it and, like, the feelings, of what, you got to feel happy, so you got to think of what makes you feel happy and all these good thoughts. And I was just like, man, that's a tough question. So I went down the lake, hung out with my family and all this stuff, and, the question was in the back of my mind, and I thought to myself, my family makes me happy. And I kind of laughed at myself because I was like, yeah, that's not it. And then I thought, well, money makes me happy. But what really, really legitimately makes me happy? I got back in town, and I called up my friend, and I was just like, what are you doing? He's like, not much. You want to chill for a little bit? And, we hung out. And I said to him, I was like, what makes you happy? And he sat there, and he's like, when I asked you that question, I thought about it to myself, and I haven't really had an answer for it yet. And I told him, I was like, I have an answer. And there was two things. And it took me a while. And I just figured I'd go and talk about it because I thought it was interesting. And I told him, there's two things that make me happy. And I said, the first one is to feel love. Like pure, true love. I'm not talking about forced love where you're like, oh, I love you, brother. You're my best friend. Or, I don't really want to sound like a dick, but I don't really feel like my family, loves me, but they do, they're forced to. But I'm talking about, pure, true love, and it's hard to explain it, and my friend really understood it when I said that to me, and he's just like, wow. He's like, I know exactly what you mean. He goes, on a whole new level, and I'm like, yeah. I'm like, pretty much, And I was like, I got my second one, too, and he's just like, there's two things? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, my second one is a sense of security. I was like, my whole life I've been, my life in general has been very insecure, financially, everything, and it's just one of those, I've never had, an opportunity to be financially secure and just be secure where I'm not worried about anything. And it's not even worrying, it's more like, my parents were immigrants that came to this country, and it's one of those, I remember very young, we didn't have a lot of money, and it's not the money aspect of it, it's just one of those, moving. I've been to a ton of schools, met a ton of people, and then, I finally get to, middle school, high school, and, I finally think I'm alright, we moved again, and it's not the moving aspect, really, necessarily, it's one of those, I've never had an opportunity to be, I don't want to say normal, if that makes sense, but does, I don't know. I don't think kids should be moving that much. I don't think kids should be homeless. I don't think kids should be eating out of vending machines. So it's one of those, I would want to, not have to ever worry about that. And, now, yeah, I'm 24 years old, about to be 25, and it's just, even to this day, it's well, what am I going to have for lunch today? Sandwich or ramen noodles or sandwich? And it's just this sucks. It's something I don't ever want to do. And I wouldn't want anybody else to do it. So, a sense of security, because if I had my own job, my own place, made my own money, I could choose what I want to eat, I could choose what I want to do, I don't have to stay here. So, to me, it was a sense of security. So, that's a question I got to ask you guys. What makes you guys happy? And I know some people have stated, oh, I want to be happy. But, when I thought about the videos I've made in the past, and I thought, that's what I want out of life. Well, you got to figure out what actually makes you happy. And it's one of those, I do like hanging out with my family. Do I get along with them very well? No. Do I, it's a lot of clashing. I'm not even going to pretend. But, we got our moments, But, to me, it's one of those figuring out what really, really makes me happy. And, I can't control the loved one at all, obviously. Do terrible with ladies. I guess I can get a dog. So, maybe someday. I don't know. But, the financial thing and the security and all that stuff, hopefully it'll come in this year. Hopefully, it's supposed to come in this June. I will be making a video when I get that stuff done. I will be pretty excited and pretty happy about all that. And, you know, I don't know what I'm going to do. I still haven't figured anything out. I have an idea of what I want to do. But nothing's set in stone, and I cannot make a plan until, you know, my paperwork comes in. So, you know, that's my question to you guys. What makes you happy? And I know some people will answer and be like, oh, this will make me happy, you know. But really think about it. Like, you know, you got to think about it. If you have money, you know, like, I can have money all day, right? Woo! What good does money do? At the end of the day, like, yes, you have money so you can do stuff. But is that really going to make you happy? Like, you can buy shit. Like, is that really going to make you happy? Like, I've had money. You know, I've worked and I've had money. And, you know, I got things I wanted and I liked. But I can't necessarily say I was happy. There's been times where I've been broke. Broke. Where it's just like, well, what am I going to do for money? I mean, broke. Like, to the point where it's just like, this sucks. And I remember a couple years ago, that's how broke I was, and, you know, I had a significant other at the time, and I was really broke to the point where, like, I'm selling fish, selling all sorts of stuff to make money, and I can honestly say, like, there's points and times in that month or two, there was 2 or 3 months that happened, that I can seriously say I was extremely happy. So, you know, you don't need money to be happy. And I know some people are going to put money in family. And, you know, family might make you happy. It really might. So, you know, you got to really think about it. And, I mean, that's the thing is I feel like, you know, if people were happier, things would be great, you know. And it's one of those, it's been a proven study that as long as you have your bare necessities, like, you'll be happy. You know, that's pretty much what it comes down to. And, you know, it's crazy to think that, like, people, like, in India are as happy as people in America, and like people are like, oh, you know, America has, you know, we need more money so we're happy, and it's just like to buy crap, you know, like, you know, this weekend was a pretty good weekend for me, and I had a lot of fun, and it's like, yeah, it took a little bit of money to get down there and do all that good stuff, but at the end of the day, you can't put a dollar bill on time spent, you can't put dollar bill on laughing hysterically because something stupid happened. You know, you can't do that. So, you know, just it's a thought for you guys out there to think about, you know, what makes you happy. So, I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Go ahead and comment below. And, you know, take a little bit more of a thought other than like, oh man, the new PlayStation or the new Xbox that's coming out would make me so happy. It might bring some joy, but I don't think it'd actually make you permanently happy. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. Like always, much love. Peace out.